Hey guys, Fanatic Farms here, and this is another kind of a catch-up kind of video on what I've been up to. This time round I have been cosplaying again, but this was for Gobsmack Comics, and they were doing free comic book day, which was May the 4th this month. So again, it was Star Wars Day as well, so yep, you would have thought, oh brilliant, Star Wars Day, I'd go out cosplaying in Star Wars costume. No, I went out in Jurassic Park because I'm weird. But yeah, Free Book Day is a nationwide, probably worldwide thing that comic books are given away at comic shops for free. Emphasis on Free Comic Book Day, and that's pretty much to encourage people to read more comics and stuff, and to kind of give them a like a snippet or like a little teasers of upcoming stories, just to get people into buying different books and trying different stories. So it's a fun day. So Drew, who owns Gobsmack Comics, he does it every year, and also every year he tries and gets like some cosplayers down and make an event out of it, and we try and raise a bit of money for the Springboard charity as well, which is another local charity in the Horsham area. So I'm more than happy to go down, hang out with my friends, try and raise some money. So that's what I did, and sadly this year it wasn't as big of a turnout as we've had for previous years of cosplayers turning up, but I think because it was May the 4th, you've got a lot of the cosplayers going off and doing Star Wars events and stuff like that, so it sucked a little bit, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Like I say, Free Book Day as well, so I did pick up a book. Time I actually got around to going and check them out, loads had gone. I know there was like a Turtles book that was there, because one of the guys from the Sussex Ghostbusters asked me to pick one up. Time I went around to do it, gone. There was a Maleficent one, there was Spider-Man, there was Marvels, there was DC books. Me being me, I picked up John Universe, and I wish I had, and I wish I hadn't picked that up. I haven't read a lot of Transformer books in a very long time. I kind of stopped buying comics. I just ran out of money. But this, like, I'll show you that I might have to start buying this again, because, you know, you've got, where is it? Here we go. Big old fight between Prime and Megatron, and Prime just hacking off Megatron's arm. I need to know more. But also, it's not just one book, there's 3 stories in it. So that one, Megatron, that will carry on in the Transformers book, and then you've got another Transformers based story which carries on in Void Rivals. But if you recognise that guy, you'll know who I'm talking about when I say like the what am I talking about? Mercenaries and stuff like that. And that's a cool little story, and that has Hot Rod in it as well. And then you've got a G.I. Joe story in it as well, which I've never really got into G.I. Joe and that kind of stuff. But heavy spoilers warning, I might have to read this, just because that is the Baroness working with G.I. Joe instead of Cobra, so that one could be interesting, and that again carries on in the G.I. Joe comic line. So it's 3 books in one. The artwork is also incredible, and again, it's just one of those ones. It's like, I now need to read the other books. So it's done what it was meant to do. So that was the only book, and I'm glad I only picked that one book up. And yeah, there was a fair few people there, like picking up books and stuff, and like we had charity buckets on the tables and that, and we did ask people if they wouldn't mind making a donation. And then you had us, the cosplayers, out as well, and you know, there was myself in my Jurassic Park Ranger costume, and I took my blue puppet and my Rexy puppet. Always a hit, those two. And downside is because Blue's been, I've had Blue for a couple of years now. She's seen some wear and tear. She broke halfway through the day, and luckily I had Rex with me, so Rex kind of used her more. But I've now got to get either a new Blue or repair it. Who else was there? Well, Ross, who is one of my fellow Sussex Ghostbusters, he came along as well. Trying to convince him to come as Indiana Jones, but he didn't. He came in his Ghostbuster costume. And the only reason I was trying to convince him to do that is he has the Aztec death whistle from Afterlife, and I hate the thing. He sneaks up behind me and always blows it. Scares the living monkeys out of me. So yeah, I was trying to convince him to come as Indy, but no, he didn't. He came as a Ghostbuster. Drew was there, and Drew is a trooper. He really is not a stormtrooper. He's Chewbacca. And I mean, he's a trooper because you've got to convince him to get out of the costume after 20 minutes because he's just it's so hot. You're wearing a carpet, and he forgets to come out of the costume, get a drink and stuff like that. So you have to kind of force him out of it. But what was really, really sweet was his son was there as well, and he dressed up as a Chewie as well. So you've got a little Chewie and a big Chewie, so that was kind of cool. Who else was there? Curtis was there, and that one I felt bad because when I arrived late. I always do. Things started at 9. I arrived just after 10, and I was kept going around talking to people like, "Oh, I hear Curtis is meant to be in." They're like, "He is." I'm like, "Well, where is he?" He was dressed as a scout trooper from Star Wars, but because he had his helmet on, didn't know it was him, and I always get really weird or feel awkward talking to the guys when they're in full costume. They've got the mask on because I don't know who it is. So I'm a bit, I wouldn't say standoffy, but I don't approach him like I normally would if I saw it was Curtis himself, because I'm friends with him. I'd be up and like, "You're right, doing all this lot," but because it was just I'm talking to a scout trooper, it was just kind of like, "Hi," until I realised it was him, and then yeah, chatting away and all that lot, mucking around. Jane was there, and Jane was the Elastigirl, and I tip my hat to her on that one. That costume is so figure hugging and that lot, and yeah, she looks awesome, and just she's got proper props for wearing that, and I do like it. I was a little bit ashamed as well because previous years she's done it as Elastigirl, and she's had her kids with her, and they've been dressed up as Violet and Dash, and she carries a little Jack teddy. But this year it was only just her and Ross, because he's very chivalrous and gentleman. At one point, Jane wanted to go into town, into the market to get some food, but didn't want to go in that costume. And I can understand why. Wandering around town during the day on your Todd dressed as Elastigirl, it's not great. So yeah, Ross took her into town. Well, went with her in town to get some food and that, which was very chivalrous of Ross. Micah was there, and she was testing out her new Rogue from X-Men costume. Again, awesome costume, and yeah, tip my hat to you as well. And bless her heart, she stayed in character the entire time. She'd put the voice on, that southern voice that Rogue has. She'd put that on and just stayed in character. As soon as she was out in the centre, we were interacting with people, she was in character. It was wicked. And then there was a couple of guys there that I don't know personally, but I've seen them at other events, and two of them I know are part of the Autism All Stars, and that is, hang on, I've got to get it because I wrote it down. One is, I think his name's Toph, and he is in a Night Owl Mandalorian costume. I don't know if he's meant to be Bo-Katan, or it's just a night out. But yeah, that again, awesome, epic costume. He also does oh, bugger. He does Spider-Man as well, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Another one is, I don't want to say Tinny, Tini. She's part of IL, and she's in a Mandalorian outfit as well. And again, I don't know if this is meant to be like a Bo-Katan kind of thing because of the blues, but yeah, she was there. Never met her, but she seemed nice. Well, I met her that day. Seemed really nice. The other guy, we had another Ghostbuster there, and I've seen him around. He was at the Crawley event a few weeks back. I know he works with the Autism All-Star guys. If I pronounce this wrong, I really do apologise. Halal? I'll write it. But yeah, when I was coming up to the event, I saw him carrying his Proton Pack, and he was struggling to get his gear and Proton Pack up the stairs. So I just grabbed the pack off him and was like, "Look, I'm going to the same place, mate. I'll carry it for you." Whoever missed. And the last one to turn up was Lucky and his wife Rain. And I met Lucky Star Wars Day back in February. He does Cal Kest. That's his way to pronounce it. But he's also part of the Pompey Ghostbusters as well, so we have a lot in common. And he's a wicked bloke. And his wife, met her for the first time, really nice. And they had like a BD1 droid unit that they made themselves, and this thing is epic. Rain had the remote control, but like a proper RC remote control car thing, and it was on a rock, the BD1, and the RC unit, it made it turn its head, it turned the antennas, all this lot, and like it was so cool. And so yeah, that was us lot, and there's photos of us in the shop. Steve Candy was the photographer for Gobsmack, and a massive thanks to Steve as well. I had the crazy idea because up the road, well, just like 3-4 shops down from where Gobsmack Comics is like an indoor plant shop. That's called Hugo and Green. Hugo and Green. And a big thanks to them because I had a crazy idea. I was like, "Look, Steve, I've got the Jurassic dinosaurs. Let's go ask if we can take some photos in their shop and use like the plants and stuff to make it look a bit like I'm in a jungle or I'm at Isla Nubla kind of thing." He went off and asked them, and they agreed. And so Steve and I did a 5-minute photo shoot in this plant shop, and there's me like crouching into plants, trying not to damage anything. And the guys that own the shop just perfectly cool with us doing it. So massive thanks to them, and massive thanks to Steve, because also he sent me all the photos he took of me for free. Usually he puts some on Instagram and on like Facebook, and we can use them, but usually there's so many more that we don't get to see. And all the ones he took on that day, we were chatting about it online because we were talking for years. He sent to me for free, and I didn't have to pay for them. So thank you so much. And yeah, every time I use them, I will like thank him and give him his props. So yeah, that was all of us there, and it was just again a fun day. There's a photo, this one, of me with this kid dressed as Godzilla, I think his costume was. That was quite fun. I had a little girl and he ripped my arm off because where I'm wearing the blue puppet and it's got the fake hand, that lot. This time around, I wasn't even blue, it was Rexy. The mum of this child said, "Oh, my child loves dinosaurs," so I brought Rexy down to the kid to see it. Kid reaches up, grabs Rexy and pulls it, and because obviously my hand's inside Rexy holding the controller, I stumble forward and it's like, Jesus Christ, can I have my arm back please? But yeah, bad thing that happened that day though, because it was Saturday, my other half has just started working at the toy shop that's just around the corner from the comic shop. So I was like, "Oh, please be working Saturday, I can go in and harass you, it'd be funny." Sadly, she had a day off, but whilst I was in there, I picked up some the new Lego minifigure collectible ones, the space ones. And I got this little robot butler droid. Let's see if I can get that in focus. No. And then I got a little Blacktron mutant minifigure. I will put some better pictures up. And whilst I was in there, I did see the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie star figures. So I've asked the other half if she can pick me one of them up and some more Lego minifigures as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that she will do that. But yeah, this was just a little. That's what I did the other day. I went cosplaying again, and these are just the photos from it. And just a massive thanks to Iconic Legion again for letting me come. Thanks to Drew at Gobsmack for putting it on, and thanks to Steve for taking photos, and Hugo and Green for letting us take photos in the shop. And thanks to everyone that donated and everyone that just attended and just took photos with us and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, thank you. It was a fun day, really fun day. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So everyone that's out there, take care of yourself. Life sucks, but we all just stay a bit happier. The world will get happier. Alright, until the next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Right, quick update from the video I recorded earlier. The missus, she did come through for me. She got me that. Yeah. Michelangelo in the movie style. I'll get him out in a minute. That's so cool. And because she's awesome, not one, not two, but 3 minifigures as well. So let's have a quick ganders. Okay, that one's, oh, you can't see, that's Orion. Haven't got that one. Oh, I got the one that I really wanted. It is the astronaut. Look at the amount of pieces. Oh, yes. Awesome. And last one is, oh, crikey. What series was that? I can't remember, but I don't have that one either. Cool. 3 out of 3 I haven't got, because when I got them, I got 2 of the Blacktron mutants and the maid, like I said. So yeah, the other half has done me well. Right, that was just a quick update. So take it easy, guys. Bye.